Hi and welcome to the Girlhood Project. I'm Kirra.
I'm Zoe.
And today we are going to be sitting down and having a part 2 conversation of what we wish we knew when we started our fitness journeys. Now, in case you're new here, this is just a podcast space where we can talk about being in our 20s, fitness, lifestyle, mindset, things that we've learned just over the years that we love talking about, we love sharing, and hopefully you can get something out of it, whether you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, or beyond. Thank you so much for being here and for listening to us.
Yes.
So to kick things off, we were like, how should we intro this episode? And we have, Zoe, would you like to introduce the deck?
Yes. So this is one of my favorite decks that was gifted to me from my mum. It's the Confident Woman Freedom Cards by Ava Langhart. So it's just beautiful little prompts, little messages. I love picking a card. I feel like it's always what I need to hear.
Yeah.
Also, if you're watching the video and you keep seeing me glance to the left, I'm just watching my little baby is here to join us today.
So cute.
Little special edition. She's staring at us. So yeah, just in case you're like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
If you're watching.
We have a live studio audience.
We do. And she's loving it. She's kicking her leg. She's excited to be
Yes.
here.
This is important life lessons for her to learn.
Yeah.
So
She's
That's
learning
crazy.
it. She's learning it early. She's blowing raspberries. I'm glad we have noise cancelling though, so hopefully it
cool.
doesn't impact your listening experience.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey.
We're just glad she's here. But anyway, so Kirra, put your energy into
Thank
the
you.
cards and pick one.
Gorgeous. I absolutely love this deck. I think I've done it maybe like once with you before and I was like, oh, I needed to hear that.
I know.
It's really good.
yeah.
All right, I'm feeling this one. Okay, are we ready for this?
We are.
All right. Ooh. What if anything was possible? What would I attempt? That is so relevant to me right now. Oh my gosh.
Do you want me to
Wow.
read it or do you want
Yes.
you to read it?
Oh, okay.
Or we read each other's. You know what I mean?
How about I want to give how this is relevant
Please.
in my life at the minute, and then you can read me what
Gotcha.
it says. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
Please tell me.
What if anything was possible? What would I attempt? This is like so relevant to me. Actually, because of something that my boyfriend said. Oh, I made it about a man. Sorry, but confident woman. Oh, sorry. But
We'll let it pass this
we'll
week.
let it pass. Nah, he's a good one. It's okay. So I was, going through a little bit of like a tricky time, a couple of weeks ago, and I was on the phone to my boyfriend, and I just bit of a mentee B situation. Girls in your 20s, you'll probably relate.
If
but
you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And yeah, I was just having a bit of a moment, and I was just kind of crying on the phone to my boyfriend, and he said to me like what do you want to do? And this is speaking very broadly because we were talking about just something in particular. But like he said, what like do you want? What do you want to do? Like if I wasn't a part of the equation, your friends, your family, like anyone, if it's just you and you don't have to live up to the expectations of anybody else, like what would you do? And ever since that point, I was kind of like, oh, like it makes me think now, am I living my life for another person or am I doing it for myself? So yeah, that's kind of been like heavy on my mind and my heart recently. And yeah, I don't know, I guess just kind of seeing this card, it's like, instead of just following the oh, what should I do? I'll be a nice young lady and I'll do this, and this is what's expected of me, and I'll fit into this box. Like, if that didn't matter, like I could do anything. And honestly, it's kind of relevant, like with the podcast. It's like it's something that I want to do. Like, I wasn't forced into it. I'm not doing it to please anybody, like in particular. I'm not doing it because I feel like you're making me do it, or I want you to like me more. I mean, I always do, but like, I'm not doing it for somebody else. I'm doing it because I love it, and it doesn't matter. And this is the thing in front of me. Like, what if anything was possible? What would I attempt? I would attempt to put myself out there and really focus on my fitness journey and becoming one step closer to that girl. Like, I want that, and I don't care what anybody else thinks, you know? So yeah, that's just really, it's relevant to a lot of different aspects of my life. And yeah, I think it's just a good little reminder to just make sure that what you're doing is for the joy of you. And really, at the end of the day, like, it's your life. Like, the only person that's going to back you 100% of the way is you. And it's a hard lesson to learn. And obviously, you know, you've got your support systems and people that love and care about you. Absolutely. And they're so important. But nobody is going to tell you to go reach for this crazy thing and give you the motivation to do it unless you do it. Be delusional. What's the worst that's going to happen, right?
That is so empowering, because it's like, I love that it says, if anything was possible, because I think a lot of us go, oh, I couldn't do that, or that wouldn't be me, or I can't do this.
That's not how it works.
But if we take down those barriers and go, what do I want? Even if anything was possible, if I could make it happen, it directs it back to you and what you actually want to do. So I love that. Yeah. Miss Girl.
Miss Girl. Are you okay?
What number are you? Because I will read it out.
I am number 11.
Okay.
Exciting.
What, if anything was possible, what would I attempt? What would I attempt? This card would like to invite you on a journey. It's a journey of make-believe and can take you wherever you wish to go. It doesn't matter whether it may happen or not, whether it's real or even possible. What matters is that it energizes you and puts a smile on your face right now.
Oh, that's actually so relevant to this podcast.
Yes.
Actually,
right now.
And what energizes me, I say this after like every single recording that we do of the podcast. Like we will talk for like hours before, we'll do the podcast, we'll talk for hours after, and we message each other when we're not together. And every single time I finish having a conversation with you, or I want to tell you something, I feel energized. I feel so energized. And like, I feel like, you know, like you have a busy week with work and like going to the gym and going to do this and like all of this stuff. But if you're not leaving that feeling energized and empowered and wanting to do more, like, is it really the right thing that's serving you, like, to make you happy? Yeah, that really stood out to me. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Like, be embarrassing, do it. Like, you know, anything is possible. And like, it sounds cringe, but like truly it is. Like, anything is possible. It's hard. Some of it's hard, some of it's easy, and everything has consequences, right? But if it energizes you, it's not hurting anyone, you know, makes you feel good, makes you a better person, why not?
Yes. Right? I saw this thing the other day that said, people that bless you, people that are called to do something will continue to get that calling until they start to do it. And I've been feeling that with so many things in the last year, 2 years, where I'm like, I have a bigger calling. I don't know what it is. And it's not to say like a bigger calling or anything massive, but it's like, I have this passion. Yeah. I didn't know what it was fully going to look like, but I was like, no, even doing this, I'm like, I feel that feeling every week of I'm fulfilling a purpose that I have. Even if that's to support a young girl to feel better in her body and know that she can do things in a sustainable way to change her life and not change herself because she needs to not take up space, or, you know, even if it's learning what she wants in a relationship and what she doesn't want. Like, it's those bigger things that I think, like, it's fulfilling that purpose. It's you showing up for yourself even when it's hard and uncomfortable, because you are looking at what's possible.
She rolled over.
Tummy time. But yeah. And the last bit is, the great thing about this what if journey is that when you can clearly imagine what you want, your mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined.
Dude,
this is so relevant.
This literally goes back to our manifestation and visualization episode, which we also referenced last episode. So it keeps coming up. But yes, that keeps coming up. That's exactly it. And like, go watch that episode. But pretty much, like, I love manifesting and visualizing in particular, not as like oh, I wish this thing would happen, but yeah, it's talking about identifying those callings or all those signs that you get, or even just identifying which step to take next to get to this end goal. I think that's so like powerful, that saying like, yeah, like this is a calling.
Yes.
Like it might seem like some crazy destination, but if it's a tangible thing, like starting a podcast and whatever comes beyond that, it is a tangible thing that could happen. It's not a 0% chance that it's ever going to happen. So be delusional, and then you can identify the steps to actually make it real and a possibility. Visualize it. What do you want? Yeah.
And it says the emotions you experience while visualizing this possibility feel just as real as if it were actually happening. They refresh and re-energize you for any real-life task that lies before you.
Yes.
So if you've enjoyed your what-if journey, you can give yourself the gift of feeling refreshed and re-energized by engaging in this activity whenever you like. So write down a brief description of everything you imagined and take yourself there on a regular basis. So this card chose you to remind you to dream. Let your mind wander and take you wherever you wish to go to feel fabulous.
Oh, that's actually so relevant to me right now. Like that actually like means so much. And that's why I love doing cards like this, because it's just like honestly, I think with probably any one of these cards, I could find meaning out of it. But it always is like you know, we'll pull a card and then be like, oh, let's have a look at some of the others. And every single time, every card that I pull first, I go, oh, I needed to hear that, or like that was hiding somewhere in my heart and I just didn't recognize it, or I didn't want to recognize it, but now it's right there, and like, you know, I needed to hear that. Like I think that's so cool.
Yeah, that's so empowering, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we get these messages and it's like, I think that's a sign that even if it's in your subconscious, that is almost like a sign to do the things and to pursue what you want to pursue. And yeah, like it's just having those moments, I think, of realizing, like even for me, that life is so short and I'm becoming aware of time since becoming a mum. I wasn't really aware of it before. Like I was to a degree, but now it's on steroids. Like I'm so aware of time that I'm like, why would I let anyone's opinions hold me back from something that I love, I feel called to, there's a purpose here, or even thoughts of like that worm in your head that you always talk about of I'm not enough, or I can't do that, or, you know, other people can, but I can't. And it's like, well, challenge that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I feel like I always kind of go back to this thought of like, yeah, like life is short, but life is also so incredibly long, and you have consequences with that. So as in like life is super duper short, and you need to make sure that, you know, obviously within like a healthy manner, like you're doing what you want and you're doing what gives you energy and purpose and like what serves you, I guess. But also like life is long as in you need to put in the work for that. And if you don't make the right choices consistently and almost like sabotage yourself, it has consequences that you will deal with for a long time. Like it's short, but it's so long.
But it's going to be a long life of doing the things you hate over and over again.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, would you like to pull a card?
I'm getting energy on this side. I don't know.
I love that.
Whoa. I got this the last time I pulled from this deck. 26. What if I choose to take action?
Oh, okay. Do you want to give your thoughts on it and your experience from last time?
Yes.
And then I'll read the book?
Yeah. So it's all relevant, isn't it? Like even doing this. Like I have moments of like, it is scary to put yourself out there, like to put yourself forward for judgment, to put your opinions out there, but it has been this purpose of like, I've had this inkling again and again to do certain things. Even like the start of last year, I started the process of starting a business and I didn't really tell anyone about it except like a few people. And I, you know, fell pregnant, had this whole journey of like, I wasn't able to pursue that at that time. But I've had this calling to like keep going back to that thing. And I didn't even know what it was. I know I wanted to work in a space of empowering women and supporting women to get to their goals in a way that's sustainable, feels good to them, addresses like, you know, there's health and fitness coaches that talk about like, you know, calorie deficits, how to actually do the thing, how to do the exercise plan, and that is so helpful for millions of people. But for people like me, I needed to address like my relationship to food. I needed to address the mental head, like mind blocks around it. I had to address my lifestyle, my relationship to the people around me, all these different things that it's like I find that so many people kind of fit into that in between of like, you know, not going either end, but actually getting support to look at their lifestyle and their mental health and like approach things in a way that's small and achievable and attainable. And, you know, I don't know exactly what it is yet, but I've had this calling like to support women in some sort of way. And I've sort of been working on things on the side. I've been showing up online as much as I hate that. Like, it's terrifying. But it's also like there is a deeper reason as to why. So I think like taking that action is something I've been doing lately, even though I'm, you know, balancing being a new mum, being a partner, like, you know, having so much else on my plate that it's like it has been easy not to do these things, but it's also been such a fulfillment to do these things. So,
yes.
yeah.
And I feel like by pulling that card again, that's good motivation to keep going, because like you've started taking this kind of journey,
Yeah.
and then now it's going, yeah, go. Like that's what it's saying to me. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
exciting.
Yep.
All right, shall I read from the book?
Please do.
Gorgeous. Okay. Have you been receiving frequent messages to act out on an idea? Maybe a song on the radio triggered by your awareness, or you overheard a conversation on the train, noticed a sign in the window, or perhaps you've just been having a continuous gut feeling. I've been knocking at your door for a while now, and I'm so glad that you've become aware. It is I, your soul, speaking to you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That idea you've been having? Yeah, that one. That's right. Let's raise the bar by opening ourselves to this possibility. When you focus on what you want to create, energy naturally starts to flow towards it, bringing it to you. The key is to keep this energy flowing. So a little activity for anyone who's resonating with that message there. What is your idea? Close your eyes, imagine it coming to life, and write it down in detail. Then, how do you want to feel when your idea comes to fruition? Again, write it down. Energy attracts energy of a similar frequency. The key is to align your current emotional energy with the way that you want to feel in the future. To do so, once a day, take time to feel each emotion from the list captured in question 2. Then third, take one emotion at a time, close your eyes and imagine either a memory from the past when that emotion was heightened, or create a vision of your desired future to help you trigger the feeling of that emotion. Do this for every emotion on your list. Make the memory or vision as vivid and as real as you can. The stronger the feeling, the higher your vibrational frequency will be. As you continue to do the above activity, be open to and act on opportunities that feel aligned to your list of emotions captured in question 2. This card chose you to remind you that you are a powerful manifester and that persistence and patience are an important part of this process. So that's a fun little activity if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Just really quickly, I absolutely feel like, not trying to toot our own horns here for a second, but that paragraph that says energy attracts energy of a similar frequency, and the key is to align your current emotional energy with the way you want to feel in the future. I really feel like, do you want to stop for a sec? Or you're good?
Keep going.
Okay, so I really feel like, especially because we started this podcast, something that we've always kind of said is that we have a very similar like energy, right? And I think that baby Lil agrees. So yeah, like I think that something that really like aligned us to start this podcast, like not only from you doing your other podcast, yeah, what do you reckon about that? From Zoe doing her first podcast, and now you putting your energy and yourself out online. I really like to think that I really resonated with that, and I went, oh, that's something that I want to do. And when Zoe first approached me about working on this podcast with her, like I I automatically just feel so in tune, like, with Zoe, because, you know, we've been friends for ages. We have really similar values. And, like, I think that it's so crucial to have that with a friend, a partner, a business partner, whatever. And yeah, when you approached me about the podcast, I was like, this aligns with what I want to do, like 100%. And I feel like every single time we sit down and record, and before that and after that, we have always just matched each other's frequencies. And we say that a lot. Like, we'll be thinking something like, oh, this is really relevant in my life recently. Like, I'll say that to Zoe and she'll be like, oh my gosh, me too. Like, you know, and we'll just kind of bounce off of each other. So, yeah, like, that's the bit that really stuck out to me. And I completely agree with what you said before, you know, like, taking a step out and just saying, like, you know what, like, I've got this energy, I'm putting it into possibility. And I feel like, you know, from that visualization activity of, you know, writing down the emotions, like, emotions are so strong, and emotions, like they really do just transcend actions, and they drive actions. And I think that by visualizing and I guess kind of like manifesting this you know, podcast, the success of the podcast, like, who knows where it's going to go, but that emotion, we bring it to the table every single time we sit down and record. And I suppose it's kind of the same with each individual journey that we're going on. Like, if you don't enjoy the journey, you're never going to get the end product. And I really kind of feel like, you know, it's the same for the podcast, right? We manifest, we visualize, and we make sure that we enjoy it throughout the way, to get an end product that is, yeah, just really aligned with us and our energies. Okay, so now that we've chatted through the Confident Woman deck, Confident Woman cards, Confident Woman deck, then yeah, we're getting into the second kind of little bit of this episode, which is part 2 of things we wish we knew when we started our fitness journeys. So this is part 2 of the episode that we did a little while ago. So if you haven't seen that, we highly recommend going to check that out. That was just kind of like a little introduction, I guess, as to, yeah, exactly what the title says, but we kind of wanted to do a part 2 of this because, yeah, like, we just kind of wanted to deep dive into specific tangible things that you could start with, or you know, even if you aren't just starting your fitness journeys, just tangible things that you can do to kind of help you in that journey. So part 1's really good for beginning and all about like mindset and stuff, but not that we're experts, but because we've lived it, we really want to share, yeah, a little bit of a part 2 with you. So Zoe, what is the first thing that is on your mind if you wish you could restart your fitness journey? So actually, really quick, yeah, can we cut this for 1 second? Yeah. I just want to shout out the fact that you are just like, oh yeah, let's do an episode of the pod, just gonna like take care and feed my baby, just gonna breastfeed. Like, that's so cool.
We're
like,
multitasking.
Just the fact that you are just like, you're about to spit some facts, just some awesome advice, and you're just like, oh yeah, just casually just mothering my child. Like, that's so cool.
Thanks, girl.
Like,
mums are amazing, right?
Yeah, mums are amazing. Literally, shout out to you. Seriously. Anyway,
thank you so much.
That is so okay. So what is the first kind of bit of knowledge that you'd like to impart on our audience? If you had to restart your fitness journey, what's one tangible thing that you could do?
So, yeah, I was reflecting on this because we had such an amazing conversation last time.
Yeah.
But it was very mindset based. And I know for me back then, I would have wanted maybe a few more tangible sort of things. And look, this doesn't apply to everyone. As Kirra said, like, we're all on our own journey. Yeah. We all have our own struggles and things going on in our life. But for me, I was intermittent fasting, and it wasn't for any reason around like fat burning once you reach this window or hour of fasting. But for me, like, I really struggled with food noise, like cravings and constantly thinking about food. And especially when you're training plus being in a deficit, I know you're currently living that life where it's like you're training and your body's obviously needing energy, but when you're in a deficit, you're slightly going under what your body needs for fat loss. That's just the science of it. And that can get a little bit mentally taxing.
Yeah.
So for me, like, And again, breakfast is important. This doesn't apply to everyone. And I'm definitely in a phase at the moment where I am eating breakfast and I absolutely love it. Breakfast foods are my favorite foods, but
Yeah.
I needed to cut my windows down through the day of eating because I knew that I was extremely fixated on food, and I knew that it was just too long of a day to think about the times that I'd be eating, which again can sound like a little bit crazy to the average person, but as someone who was really struggling with maybe using food as coping and binge eating and things like that, like it really helped me to just narrow down the window of time that I was eating. So I eventually found that maybe like a year in, because I noticed when you have a good breakfast, most of the time people are like full for hours, but it just made me hungry. And it wasn't helpful. Like I just wanted to snack all morning if I ate breakfast. So for me, I found that intermittent fasting, having a coffee in the morning. I once worked with a chef who was helping me, I guess, learn a little bit more about nutrition and ways to lose weight. And he once said to me, he was like, coffee's an appetite suppressant. And I wasn't really drinking coffee back then. I was on my hot chocolates. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try that. And I started having coffees, and I eventually went from a caramel latte and then a latte with 2 sugars and then 1 sugar. And eventually I like the taste of it without sugar. I kind of slowly weaned myself off. And I would use it as an appetite suppressant in the morning. So I'd have my exercise, my walk, I'd have my coffee. Now I'm more inclined to have breakfast, fuel, those sorts of things. But at the time, it was just more of a mental thing than it was about fat loss and calories. I just really needed to take the fixation off of food and cravings. And I think my body just kind of felt really out of whack with things. And when you're having a lot of processed foods and takeaway, you think about it constantly. It's like a chemical thing in your brain. So for me, I had to kind of wean myself off I guess that dependency on really needing sugary foods and, all the time, and processed foods. So that really helped me. I'd have my coffee, and then I wouldn't eat until sometimes it was lunchtime, sometimes it was 2 p.m. I kind of gave myself that between 1 and 2 usually, where I would I'd have my coffee in the morning, and then I'd have my first meal late in the afternoon. And then I found myself being still pretty full by the time dinner came along, but then I was still hungry enough to have dinner, and then I was pretty good by then. And again, that's not for everyone, but for me, that is something really tangible that helped my brain in not thinking about, especially when you are in a calorie deficit. If anyone's been in that over-consuming mindset of well, what am I going to eat and how many, and you just get so fixated on it that for me, just cutting down the windows, making sure when I did eat, it wasn't nothing. It was making sure I had my carbs, my protein, my fats. I made sure that it was a good, nutritious meal, especially when dinner came around, because I was already full. It was really helpful for me. So that's just something that, I don't know what it is, but for me and my brain, it just worked so well.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's really the key as well, finding something that works for your brain. And also as well, because I think when I first started my fitness journey, then I was kind of doing I wasn't intermittent fasting, but I was fasting, because it's I want to lose weight, don't eat. That's just the automatic response. Except I think that the way that I was doing it was very unhealthy, because I didn't have a system set up, and I didn't know what I was doing, and so I would just not eat for as long as I can. And sometimes that'd be 12, sometimes it'd be 2, sometimes it'd be dinner at 6 p.m. or whatever. And I got brain fog all the time. And actually, this is a crazy thing. I don't think I've talked about this with you yet.
Ooh.
So I think I've mentioned a couple of times, but I've got my PT at the gym, and then I have done nutrition for a few weeks. Shout out Riley Deck Coaching. So with that, it's so good to have somebody there to keep you accountable, and for me just to be here's what I'm doing, and then I get coaching and guidance on that. And Riley's just the best. Side tangent, but anyway, it's only been in the last couple of weeks since I've started this that, and you know, I've been eating more to hit my maintenance calories, that I've gone and like realized like this week I haven't had brain fog in like weeks. And you know, there's like a different kind of brain fog that comes with like I think more like the mental health side, but like I wasn't feeling like drained and empty. Like I'll feel hungry, but then I'll be like, oh, look at the time, like it's almost lunchtime when I eat like at 12 at work. And like I haven't got brain fog. And like, you know, I am not an expert in anything at all, and I feel like I don't have enough knowledge to say what's healthy and what isn't, but I know that the way that I was doing it was not healthy, just by not eating, holding out as long as I can, and then having something that was like low calorie. Like I would be having sometimes maybe like you know, less than 700 calories a day, like
which is way less than what a toddler needs.
Yes, seriously, like it's unbelievable. And then like I don't even know how to describe it. Like it was just the most like surreal feeling. Like you're going through life and everything's just like a dream, and because like you're not present, like you're not aware. But I was going, I don't care, I want to be skinny. And like that's such a horrible thing to start with. And you know, you can go back and watch the first episode to get more into that, and how we started our fitness journeys and how we kind of changed our mindsets on that. But yeah, like ever since now, I've been eating my maintenance calories, and then like I'm going to go into another deficit soon, and, you know, reduce my like fats. And, you know, I don't know exactly how it works, but that's the thing. I've got the support so that I know it's a healthy thing to do. But like, yeah, I never used to eat breakfast or eat before I trained, and now I do. I have like rice cakes and honey and banana. And like something that's really helped me, like another point, sorry for the long rant,
please.
But it's so relevant to me right now. I just feel so strongly about it. Like something else that has really helped me, and something that I wish that I kind of focused on more when I first started my fitness journey, is like the facts, not the feelings. And as in like food is numbers, and your macros, focusing on those numbers. So in case, you know, like somebody isn't aware, like you've got your calories for the day, and then your macros is like your carbs, fat, protein that you know, have intakes of. I don't know how I'm saying this. Message Rally Deck Coaching if you want some coaching on nutrition.
Yes.
But like, you know, having those numbers, I look at it now on a screen and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I need to hit, right? Instead of just kind of figuring out like what to do. Now, when I have my rice cakes and my honey and my banana before I work out, I'm not doing it because I'm going, oh, I'm hungry. I'm doing it because I go, okay, I burn about, you know, like, I don't know, X amount of calories when I work out. My calorie intake for the day is going up because I'm working out today. And that means my body needs fuel so that I have the energy to do this. And like, ever since I kind of shifted that mindset from I feel hungry to I need this for my body's energy, then that kind of helps me heal the relationship with like binging food. And then that means now I feel like I'm in a good place to be like, yep, like food is numbers. But also if I'm going out with a friend or like getting lunch, getting dinner, having a cheeky glass of wine, I also can disconnect from that because I have enough knowledge now to go, I've got what I need to keep me going, but this is social time. I'm switching that off. I'm going to enjoy this. So anyway, sorry for the little tangent, but I just think that's a really important thing to keep in mind starting your fitness journey. If you're feeling these negative feelings around food and it stresses you out, like if you have the time and money and resources, like get educated, get help from somebody, or we've got Google's free. There's a lot of sources, but like if you are really struggling with this, it is so important to do your research on it or talk to somebody that has done your research so that you can fuel your body properly and you can start kind of just like shunning off the emotions of getting upset about what you're eating or what you're not eating, and just going, this is what my body needs to survive, this is what my body needs to thrive. Anyway, sorry, that's my tangent.
I love that you said take the emotion out of it and look at the facts, because at the end of the day, like, that's exactly what this is it's educating yourself. And that's something, again, that I wish that I knew earlier, is actually going through the process of educating myself on macronutrients, micronutrients, and what a healthy plate, or not even healthy, but a balanced plate looks like for my body's needs. And, you know, when I was so focused on calories in, calories out, when I first started fasting, it didn't come from a healthy place, because what I was eating, I remember, oh my God, this is exposing myself, but I would
That's what we do here.
That's all we do. And that's, you know what? Like,
because it's real.
And it's like Kirra said, we're not coaches, you know, we don't hold those qualifications, but we have that lived experience. And I lost 30 kilos addressing my relationship with food, my eating habits, learning to change my mindset, eat for fuel, be, you know, supporting my body and its needs to do the things like walking and training and not deprive it to reach, you know, skinny, because like we said, we're here for strong, not just skinny. But something that I used to do was I'd bring 2-minute noodles to work, and I would have like a bit of lettuce mixed in with it, but I was like, okay, that's like 300 calories, so then I can have whatever I want for dinner, or then I can have like, you know, my meal or meal prep or whatever, and that's going to be way under what I need. Like, that's going to be all I need to lose weight. And at the time, like, it didn't come from a bad place, because I was just trying to work out how to lose weight as someone who was like so food noisy and just wasn't that girl that was like, oh, I forgot to eat, hee hee. Like, I struggled because I'm like, I just am thinking about all the things I can't have. So that restrictive cycle wasn't helpful for me. And I was focusing on calories in versus calories out. And now, like, you know, back then I even reached a point where I was like, I'm having this noodles, which is not, you know, filling or good for my energy needs, and then in the afternoon I'm just binging food, which is going over my calories, you know, and I could have just stretched out the calories on food that was actually fueling me. Or like Kirra said, going out, having the dinner that you want to have, and being on track in between, like, because it's all about balance. It's about it being a lifestyle. It's about you enjoying it, fueling your body for the things that you want to do. I wish that I had educated myself sooner, and I actually spent a lot of time once I did get to that point of, like, you know, I was listening to bodybuilder podcasts, so much content, just understanding about nutrition and food and what my body needs and what I need to focus on. And that was so helpful for me, because I started putting the focus on, okay, fasting for me is very beneficial for, like, you know, again, shortening the window of eating, which was just great for my brain. But when I do eat, I wanted to come from that place of eating foods that were going to fuel me, making sure that when I do eat, it's not, okay, I'm having one meal less a day in my calories. I'm making sure that, like, I would have, you know, the calories I needed for the day, still being in a bit of a deficit, but still hitting my calories, you know, because it's all the same amount of calories over 24 hours, no matter when you eat it. So it's just trial and error about, you know, what works for you. But for me, that's something that I really had to do, was just, and eventually, like, you know, I started counting calories, which wasn't for me longer than like a week, just to see where things were at. But sometimes it would be things like a sauce or something, or one snack less was keeping me at maintenance or in the slightest bit of a surplus, which, you know, isn't that deep unless you're someone who's tracking it, actively working on your goals and not seeing, you know, progress, which is, we got to that point a few times where it was very unmotivating. But when I started, like you said, taking the emotion out of it, looking at it as data, looking at it as a tool, and going, okay, well, it could be like that 200 calorie snack that was just keeping me over. And it's not about depleting yourself. It's about, well, can I make a swap and use the calories I have and be creative with it, and make a delicious meal that I love, that's filling and satiating, and just, using your calories to fuel you, but still you can do that and still achieve that deficit as well and get to the goals that you're aiming for. So that's something that I wish that, I'd educated myself on sooner, but I'm so glad I did, because it's It's never too late.
Yeah. That's exactly the thing as well. Like, it's never too late, like, to start and to educate yourself about this. And, you know, there's so much to learn about this stuff, and it's so fun and interesting. And, like, even though we want these, like these results now, you know, like, at least I do. I'm like, I'm doing this nutrition thing. Why isn't it working?
Yeah.
It is. Calm down. Just wait. Like, it's okay. But yeah, like, going back to something that you said, like, really stuck out to me when you were like, I'm not the type of girl that just forgets to eat. You had your vulnerable moment with the 2-minute noodles, which, like, I feel you, girl. I feel you.
We've all been there to a degree, haven't we?
We've all been there.
And then we go, actually...
And then you're like, actually, I feel... Like,
I'm now overeating because, like, I feel so sickly hungry.
Yeah, exactly. Like, 2-minute noodles, they're great. You like eating them, eat them. But you've got to balance it out, which I'll talk about in a second.
Add them with chicken and veggies.
Yeah, literally.
I've been making some mean noodle stir fries.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so... like you going, I'm not the type of girl that just forgets to eat. I used to, like, when I was at my heaviest, I literally used to, like, fantasize about being that girl, you know, like, like, I've talked about that, like, it girl version, and making sure that you're visualizing her, like, a healthy way, because this it girl version that I was visualizing was not doing that. Like she was not healthy. And I feel like I would kind of be in, like, two modes when I was in this, like, weird brain fog, not eating space. I would either, like, just binge, and all I could think about was eating food and when I was going to eat and how I felt. And then I felt sick. It was either I felt sick or I felt hungry. And there was no in between. Yeah. And there was that side. But then once I started, like, almost, like, using my guilt and, like, not eating, going, you need to be in a calorie deficit, which that's not what that is, like, just not eating, that's not it. But, like, I would start to get into these moods of, like, when I did feel so hungry and headspacey, I almost, like, took this, like, sick, like, pleasure in it. I was like, yes, like, I'm that girl who just forgets to eat, and she's just so skinny and dainty and petite, and she just doesn't even think about it. Oh my gosh, I forgot to eat today. Like, and sometimes even, like, now, like, I'll catch myself saying that, like, oh, I haven't eaten today. But now, like, I want to say it out of a place of, like, oh, I can't believe I forgot to eat today. I got to go eat. Because I would say that to my friends. So why am I treating myself like it? Like, I was really kind of, like, taking this sick pleasure in going, yes, like, I forgot to eat. Like, and almost kind of, I was like, this is what's going to help me get skinnier. Because I didn't want to be strong back then. I wanted to be skinny. And, like, yeah, I feel like it's just so ingrained in our, like, society to just be like, oh, like, I just forgot to eat, or not caring about food. Like, dude, I love food, and you should love food too.
Yeah.
And that takes me into what you said before about, hey, you like 2-minute noodles? Cool. Chuck in some chicken, chuck in some veggies. And we were talking about this
tell
off
them.
the air. So thank you for letting me have this space. There is a TikToker, a no BS dietitian, and her name is Abby Sharp. I'm pretty sure. Fact check that. Abby Sharp, your no BS dietitian. I can hear her voice on TikTok. She's amazing. And she's got, like, a book and a TikTok page, and she's great. And she talks about hunger crushing combos. And I love whenever she pops up on my For You page, because I'm like, yes, like, you know, if she is a big believer in, like, if you're craving something, then you can have that. But if you actually want to get full from it, then and enjoy it as well, then mix it with other stuff to make a hunger crushing combo. And to me, that kind of sounds like a KFC ad. Hunger crushing combo. Like, I love it. And it's such like a cool idea to, like, put it into words, because, like, I feel like you know, I've kind of just started to figure that out. And, you know, I see her saying it on TikTok, and I'm like, yes, like, I love that. Let's do that. So, for example, like 2-minute noodles. You love 2-minute noodles? That is so fine, but make it a full meal, put in some chicken, put in some veggies, whatever else you like. And then, yes, it is more calories, but also it's hitting your macros. It's got, you know, like, the protein in it. It's got, like, you know, I'm not going to go too deeply into it because I'm not a nutritionist, but, like, you know, if you want some, I don't know, like some chocolate after dinner or something like that. Sorry, I was like, ugh, what can I think of? Then like, yeah, sure, you can have that, but maybe have like some strawberries like dipped in chocolate or something like that. It's like, no food is inherently bad. Just either have a little bit of it and enjoy that and savor that, or put it with something else that will actually make you feel fulfilled and still like achieve that craving in a way. Because I don't know about you, but like if you just go like chocolate and you're like, oh, I really want to have like these Tim Tams or like this bit of chocolate, then you just obsess over it until you just binge eat the whole packet. And like, look, am I guilty of that now? Shut up. But like, but like, you know, it's like, because I've got in my brain like, oh, I want this to serve me, and I have these nutrition goals now. Actually, like, I make that joke, but I have not done that in a very long time. And that's hard, and I'm really proud of that. So yeah, Hunger Crushing Convos, Abby Sharp on TikTok. Go check her out.
Yeah, same with like, for me, it was recreating my favorite foods in a healthy way, because I'd get my craving in, but it would also fit my goals. So like, I love burgers, and I love that you can get so many flavors in one bite. So Dan and I would like make our own burger patties. Super simple, like nothing processed and crazy, just make our own mince like into the patties, and have like lower carb buns that we felt better after. Bit of salad in there, like it was amazing. Homemade chips sometimes. Like, and it was great because it's like, well, you know, even your homemade pastas and stuff, like you can still make something that fits your goals, that you know, reaches your protein goals and all those things. And for me, like, I just was at that point, you know, like you were saying, where it's like, I just wasn't, even listening to my hunger cues. Like, I wasn't in that place of like, like connecting to my body. And I think that's the biggest thing, that the difference I feel then compared to now is like, I feel so connected to my body right now. And back then I wasn't. I felt very disconnected. And something as well, when you're talking about restriction, like I lost 20 kilos and then decided to go to a coach because I was really struggling to lose the last 10. So I went to a coach, and this was a couple years ago now. And I was like, this is so exciting because I've done it myself. I know that I can, but I'd love to do it maybe in a way that's like not as super slow, by getting that support around someone that has the knowledge. And I did it, and I went backwards. Because it was so, and not to say that it was restrictive, but for me and who I am, and like, again, the food noise, and like someone that loves food and loves to get those cravings in, I was having that like one Tim Tam a night before. I was having the odd meal out, whereas like going from that balanced sort of lifestyle where it was still deficit focused, but I was still getting my cravings in, going from that to working with a coach that, you know, was super lovely, was great at her job, but it was just not suiting me to like fully restrict everything and to not, you know, log every meal. And it was just like so mentally consuming. Do a workout in a way that was like, you know, doing the gym 5 days a week, which for me wasn't super enjoyable because I loved doing pole and hammock and walking, and I didn't want to be in the gym 5 days a week. I love gym, but it was just too much. Like, I stopped enjoying it. So I fully went backwards, and I just, developed a relationship to food where back then I was like, I don't even want to eat any of these meals that I'm making. Like, I don't, you know, there's ways to do it that you do enjoy it, and but I just felt so restricted that I fully went backwards. And then I think I gained a couple kilos, and then I stopped working with her after like 2 months because I knew pretty quickly that this is not good for my brain. Again, the food noise, just the restriction. Like, if I'm restricted, I want to go the opposite way. So it's like that, just knowing my body, I made that decision for me to not do that. And then I ended up losing the 10 kilos by myself. Like, it was slower, and it was so much slower than I wanted it to be, but I got there. And that's because I achieved that in a way of balance. Like you said, still went out for meals and sushi and did that every week, and I loved it, but I still was like prioritizing exercise and protein and doing it in a way that fueled my body for the activities I was doing, still maintained a deficit, but came back to my own body and my hunger cues, and like, you know, doing the fasting to shorten the food windows because that's just what worked for me. Like, everyone's so different. Like, that's not going to be healthy for everyone. Some people will benefit from having a filling breakfast instead of, you know, one little bowl of cereal before they leave for the work day. But for me, like, I think the biggest thing was connecting to my body, listening to my hunger cues, listening to what I needed to do. And your body, like, will respond to you. Like, if you're stressed, if you're under fueling, if your sleep is bad, like, that is going to show in every single way. It's going to show in your energy, in the way you feel in your body, feeling lethargic, spaced out, like that. Your body speaks to you if you listen to it. So it's going to give you those signs. It's going to make you feel like, you know, you're disconnected to yourself. And I think, like, if we listen to our body, the signs are there. I think it's just, picking up on it. Because even for me, there were times where I was, sickly full. And it's like, oh, I've overdone it. And then there were times where I was like, having my noodles and starving. And then I'd just end up binging because I was so hungry and restricting myself and thinking about what I couldn't have. It's like, I know me best. And I had to go through that trial and error phase of like, well, what do I actually need to do here?
Yeah. 100%. Like there's no quick fix. And like, I wish that there was. And in my brain, I'm like, you know, getting that advice, like, just for me from like a nutritionist and a coach, like, helps me to kind of streamline the process. Because honestly, like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I like not having to think about it and just going, you know what, I'm just gonna see what happens. Like, there's no expectation. Like, I'm not going, you know, by this time next year I'm gonna be down another 10 kilos. Like no, like, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it's about enjoying the journey, and if you feel good. And like, I didn't know that I was kind of missing out, and I wasn't like doing the right thing until I started this. And, you know, I'm like, it's only really happened for me. Like, I've been doing like PT for like so long. Like,
I think it's been 2 years now.
I think it's been
I remember
2
it was
years as well.
July.
Yeah, like 2 years. And, you know, like, that has already helped me so much. Absolutely. But like, you know, I've only just started doing this nutritionist thing now for like a few months. I actually don't even know when. I'm so bad with dates, but like a few weeks, few months. Like, it's only been a fraction of that time compared to my whole like fitness journey so far. And like, already, like, I just feel so much better in my body, and it's because I am eating more. And, you know, like, I'm eating more, and I'm, like, I mentioned, I think it was, like, last episode, like, I'm starting, like, creatine as well. And, you know, at least for me, I always saw on the internet, like, oh, if you have creatine, like you'll get fat for a bit. And then I was in such an unhealthy place where I was like, I'm not having creatine, because if I gain a single kilo, I'm going to lose it. Like,
not worth it.
And like, it's not worth it. But then, like, because I've kind of, like, put my faith in my coach and my nutritionist, like, and kind of just switched my brain off for a second, and I've just gone, you know what, let's just follow the process. And I am taking the creatine, like, I am eating more, then I feel great. I'm drinking more water, like, and it's only kind of gonna go up from here. And like, I say this to you, I say this to myself when I don't really feel motivated. If you're putting in all of this time and effort and energy into trying to make your health better, your nutrition better, your mindset better, once you've learned certain things, you can't go backwards. Like, unless you actively choose it, you can't just automatically slip down the cracks. So, for example, like, for me now, because I'm thinking of the food, like, in numbers, like, you know, I've got my certain amount of calories that I'm eating now, and that will fluctuate, like, I'm sure, depending on what my body needs. But for now, I haven't gotten that brain fog, and, you know, I'm eating before I work out, and I'm pushing some weight, like, you know, just as a comparison to myself. Like, I'm so proud of the progress that I've made so far.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you very much. And, you know, like, I finish my workouts and I don't feel spacey. Like, I finish work and, like, I'm tired, but I'm not driving home like I'm feeling like I'm going to pass out because I haven't eaten all day, you know? And I think because I've learned that now and I've gone, actually, it is okay to eat, and it is okay to eat more. And I don't really care about what other people are eating around me. This is what my body needs right now. Like, now that I've learned that, I don't ever want to go back into that space where I was feeling so distant and spacey, and like the little frail girl who is just so like gentle and forgets to eat, and oh my gosh, everyone take care of her, like people pleasing. Like, I don't want to be that. Like, no, I want to be strong, independent woman who can do this herself. And yeah, like, I don't know, that's just kind of been like heavy on my mind recently, especially because I feel like it's very trendy to be skinny at the moment.
Yeah.
And
which we will do a whole episode on, as we keep saying.
We will do a whole episode on that because there is so much to say. And obviously this isn't a dig to anyone who is naturally skinny, like, at all. But as in, like, if I'm trying to fit into this mold, like, I'm not naturally skinny. Like, and if I'm trying to fit into that mold and be, like, weak in myself, like, if I reach a certain weight, in my brain I'm going, I can't do the things I do now at the gym, and I don't want that. I don't want to be that level of like skinny, right?
Yes.
And so yeah, like, that's just kind of been sitting on my brain. Like, I don't want to be told that I shouldn't be eating this much because I know that I'm eating the right thing. And it's okay to sprinkle in a few things here and there.
That's
like
life.
Yeah, like, it's life. Like, I will not let myself be peer pressured by society, the internet. All of my friends and family are beautiful, so they would never peer pressure me as to what I'm eating, unless it was either I'm not eating continuously or I'm binge eating continuously, because I have a great circle of family and friends. But like, I'm never going to let society pressure me to go, you're a woman, you're supposed to be frail, you need to stop eating, you need to be weak. Like, no.
Yeah. And you are the most active, strong girl I know. So like, let's put activity into the picture with like you and me.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to strength train here and there. It's not really happening for more than like 20 minutes a week right now.
But it's 20 minutes a week.
It's 20 minutes a week, so it's not nothing, but I am walking every day.
Yes.
So me walking every day versus you going to Pilates, going to gym, having PT, going to pole, going to hammock, like, you're so active. I would hope that you're eating more than me. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we reached that point where we were like, oh, but we're burning calories. Like, we can eat a bit less, and it's doing double the amount of work. And it's like,
it'll work faster.
Yeah.
No, that's
and
not
actually,
how it works.
exactly. And both you and I reached that point where we started eating more. And I remember that when we both were in a bit of a rut and we started eating more and started eating more nutrient dense filling food.
That's it. Not bad food. Yeah.
Not bad, but just...
Well, there's no like good or bad food.
Exactly. And we, prioritize that balance, prioritize that energy for our body. And that's when we started seeing results.
Yes.
And I remember that because it was such a pivotal point of like, well, we're actually exercising. Do we want to be miserable every week? And don't get me wrong, if you're in a deficit, you will be miserable the first couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, like,
if
like,
not the whole
hard.
time, because you're actually depriving your body of the energy that you need to sustain your current body weight, right? Which is why a deficit scientifically is slightly, you're burning more energy than you need. So yeah, and I think like we both reached that point where we were like, actually, like, because your body will start to hold on to fat stores because it's like, oh my God, she's not feeding me, she's significantly underfueling. And if you're like really under eating and going, why aren't I losing weight? Like, I need to eat less. It's like, no, you need to eat more, and you need to be fueling, because your poor body deserves more than that.
Your body's going, we got to store for the winter or you're going to die. It's like, it's okay. Like,
and as easy as it is to be like, eat less, and that's the message we're being told over and over again, which is why we're here to tell you the opposite from girls that have lost weight.
Hot girls eat food.
Hot girls eat food.
Yeah.
So please enjoy your meals out. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. But like, that's when we started seeing results, was we went from underfueling or binge restrict, like, ultimately for me it's balance, and it's the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time I'm eating pretty well. I'm eating vegetables, I'm eating protein, I'm eating fruit, and 20% of the time I'm having a tub of Ben & Jerry's.
Yeah.
Like last night.
Yeah. And that's so okay. Like,
Yeah.
like even
The
just,
meal out.
Yeah, exactly. The meal out. Like even just something like that actually just happened to me this week. So I did my check-in with Riley, nutritionist, and like there's like a section in the check-in that there's multiple points to kind of check in with, like your wins and how you're feeling, and like it's fantastic. And there is a section that's like, where did you fall off track, like be specific. And I think I mentioned in it, like, oh, I went out for coffee with my roommate and I got a sweet treat as well, like I got a muffin and half a caramel slice. Like, oh my gosh, I'm really going to try and focus and be better next week because I didn't need it. Like, I should have just gotten like a muffin or half a muffin. And like, then Riley responded and she was like, that's okay. Like, you're making memories with your friend, with your roommate. Like it's okay to have that. And you just remember how you feel afterwards. But like, it's so okay, like it doesn't matter if you have a sweet treat here and there, or like like it actually doesn't matter.
I really appreciate you sharing vulnerably, and I guess that's what we're here to do, because I think there's enough people online telling you like, get off the couch, move more, eat less, but like it's not that simple. And especially when you're a girl, in the current society where certain agendas are being pushed, we're told not to take up space. I feel like, like sharing our own honest lived experience is what helps you. Like, especially, again, like I don't hear heaps of people speaking about like that they are someone with a lot of food noise, or that they had the binge restrict cycle, So I think like everything is going to work differently for different people. And even Kirra and I, like, right now, to take the mental load out of like planning and guessing, like Kirra has someone that's specifically walking her through this journey, and coaching is so helpful for so many different people. And like, I think in a different stage in my life, maybe it would have been helpful, but at the time I reached that point where I'm like, I'm not listening. I felt so connected to my body, and then I've gone backwards because I'm not listening to my hunger cues. I'm not eating foods I even like on the meal plan. Like, and it was all those things and like, I'd have the same snack every day.
Yeah, like that's so valid. Actually, I'll be like, yes, like this snack's really good. It's helping me hit this. And then the next check-in to Riley will be like, I got sick of it. I got rid of it. Like, I'm substituting this now.
And then
I feel that.
You have her to be like, well, here's another option for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're on that journey with that support.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, I needed to, I guess, step into myself, into my body, feel what I needed to feel in terms of like, well, how is my body feeling? Like, can I continue doing this by myself? Because I did 20 kilos alone. I'll do 10 alone again. Like, it was just at that point where I'm like, I could people please and stay on for the, the program, but this is not serving me. And it took a brave decision to be like, actually, I need to, and my therapist always says to come back to your body, which, I think is so important. What is your body telling you? Is it feeling good, or is it feeling like maybe this isn't the right thing right now? And that doesn't mean forever, but right now it's, maybe this is helpful, or this is, or like, So, if you have any questions or, have any, anything you're curious about within our journey of the things that we've been sharing, or, any topics you want us to get into as well, we're going to be putting a question box up for the next couple of weeks just to see, what you guys are interested in as well. But do you have any last final notes to leave this episode on, or any other points?
I feel like you've wrapped it up beautifully, but I would just reiterate the importance of your fitness journey is your own, and life is not one straight line. Like, times are going to change, circumstances are going to change, your schedule, your relationships, your relationship with food, your relationship with exercise. Like, nothing is set in stone forever, which is a good thing, because just do what makes you feel good now. Remember that life is short, but life is also very long, and it has consequences. So that is why we're doing the best that we can now to like serve ourselves later in the future to have happy, healthy lives and enjoy every minute as much as we can. But yeah, like if you're struggling with any, you know, fitness related questions, food related questions, like, you know, we're always here to chat about it on the pod. But if it's something that's really heavy on your heart, like go, you know, like research and learn, because it's so empowering to learn the science behind this stuff and just get one step closer to understanding, like, you know, food is fuel, and you need to fuel your body if you want to be this dream girl, like get your it girl body, or even if you just want to live a healthier lifestyle. That does not mean less food.
Yes.
So yeah,
so true. And one last thing to leave you on as well, I had minimum and maximum standards. So because consistency matters so much, and we've already spoken about like having the all or nothing mindset and going, oh, but that doesn't count because it's 10 minutes and it's not an hour workout.
this
but
is
those
bad food.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those 10 minutes compile and it actually is worth it. And, you know, you're looking at it for your mental health as well and things that, you know, are working towards your goals. But like for me, if I had a bad week, I had minimum and maximum standards. So on a great week, I had the goal of 10,000 steps, which is, you know, an arbitrary number and might not suit you and your lifestyle, but that was my goal most weeks. But when I'd have a week where I wasn't feeling good, my minimum standard was 7,000 steps. And instead of just going, oh, well, I'm not going to walk today, and that's fine. Like if you're having a day or a week and you need to like put, you know, press the pause button, that's fine. You know you best, and come back to your body and that decision making. But for me, it was like I needed that minimum standard of I'm not feeling good, but I'm not expecting myself to hit 10,000 steps. Your minimum standard might be, you know, 5,000 steps and your maximum 7,000 or whatever it is. Or, you know, for me, I was like, on a good week, I'm training 5 days a week. On a week where I'm not feeling it, I'm getting my 3 in. That's my standard. And that really helped me because it brought your overall activity up in those subtle sort of ways. So that's something that I'd really recommend that you set for yourself. If you do have specific goals, is like your goal might even be I'm walking for an hour every day. On a day where you have had a huge day at work or you've had something personal happen, is it half an hour? Maybe that's your minimum standard. But I think just like setting that for yourself just can really help set you up for success on your goals. So I thought I'd leave you with that one.
Oh, stop it. You're too good.
Oh, stop it. But
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we will catch you next episode. Bye.
Bye.